big companies with manufacturing facilities in China have moved those to Vietnam. But what was once seen as a haven has turned into more of a nightmare lately. CNBC's Lorianne Larocco joins me now to explain everything that's happening. It's great to have you here on set, by the way. So we have a ton of huge companies, Lorianne. We had a big warning about Nike this week. What's the backstory here?
The backstory here is that it's going to get a heck of a lot worse. You've had a 109-day shutdown in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh. Yes, and it keeps on counting. The country essentially locked down that major manufacturing hub. And we're not going to know until the end of September if it's going to be back open again. That's
shocking. More than 100 days, the entire place has been locked down. So that would explain why they're saying Nike's shortages could last into spring of next year. So this could really go on for a while. So they're having a hard time getting stuff out of Vietnam, but also into the U.S. The shipping prices that we've seen are through the roof. And so there's kind of two pieces of this problem.
Exactly. So the suppliers, they're really in a living hell. I mean, you can't get your product, you can't have it made, you can't get it out, and you're paying through the nose, and you've got the delays. So it's really a conundrum right now.
Tell me about Edison Wall.
So Edison is a vessel that was carrying almost 500 containers of Nike product, and it left Vietnam back in late August, and it arrived on August 27th in the port of LA, and it stayed there docked for 12 whole days. It was anchored out in the middle of the ocean, and then finally it got into the port of Los Angeles in early September. And it took 8 days for them to start, unloading and doing their things. And it's been such a delay and everything's so congested there. The vessel finally left late last night.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, and these are vessels that are containing the trade that we need, right? This is how companies make money.
And then the final piece of it is they finally get through that whole process and they have to get it across the country in presumably rails or trucks. We know the issues with the trucking shortage there.
Exactly, and it's only getting worse. I spoke with Gene Sirocco last night, who's the head of the Port of Los Angeles, and he told me last night that 30% of all truck appointments are not being filled every day.
Oh, my gosh.
Every day. That's 30% of capacity that is not being moved out. And remember, trucks, rails, ships, if they're not moving, you're not making any money. And that's what investors need to know.
Quick final question. If not Vietnam, because of this whole issue, are made in America, or can they go even more far-flung if they're facing all these shipping problems?
From some of the folks I've spoke with Vietnam, they're delaying, moving more into the country. You have seen some more folks going to Malaysia, Cambodia, India, but that's a whole set of problems because carriers are not going to a lot of those ports. So if you make your product there, if you can't get a ship to pick it up, it really doesn't matter. And then you've got the cost barrier of entry here in the United States. We're just too expensive to make product.
Well, it sounds like there are no solutions for right now, certainly not easy ones. Lorianne, thank you for explaining it to us. Lorianne Larocco.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.